What is up, guys? Welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful weekend so far. So I am at the Mesa house right now. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've updated you guys, and I will keep you guys updated probably within the next 2 weeks of this video getting uploaded. But I actually wanted to use this house as an example today for the title of the video, which you guys have already read. The video is going to be centered around what I would do differently if I was going to purchase a house as a residential rental property to have tenants move in, as opposed to what I would do differently if it was going to be a fix and flip like we have right here at the Mesa house. So obviously, this would have been a better video before we did all the renovations on it a couple months ago, but this actually just came to my head because someone messaged me on Instagram about it. So I figured I'd use this house right here as an example, point out some things that I would do if it was a rental property, and then obviously everything that's already done is what I would have done on any ordinary flip as well. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and we're gonna start here right in the living room. One of the first things that I would have done, regardless of this being a flip or a rental, was throw in this LVP or luxury vinyl plank. First of all, this sort of flooring is extremely cheap. It lasts a really long time, which is perfect for a rental, and it is extremely durable, which is why I would always prefer this in rental properties. It's spill proof, it's waterproof, and it takes on dirt really well. It's easy to clean, which is a big thing with rental properties, and obviously I use this in flips because it looks extremely good. There's so many different colors and options with LVP or luxury vinyl plank that you can pretty much choose the exact color and specification that you want. So the first thing, I would have done this regardless if it was a rental or a flip, was the same exact flooring right here. Paint, I'm not gonna lie, since this was such an oddly painted house, I most likely would have also painted the walls the same exact color. So I guess right there, there's two things that I would have done the exact same, whether it would have been a rental for me and I had tenants move in, or it was a flip like it is right now. I would have changed the paint just because I think it would have added value, and I think I definitely could get an extra 50, 100, maybe even 150 bucks a month because it looks more updated as opposed to the paint that was previously here. So that's another thing that I would have kept the exact same. Now here's some things that I would have done differently. The kitchen's probably the biggest part that I would have changed. Obviously everything that we have here is perfect. It's perfect for a flip. It's very high end. It's very expensive as well. I would have definitely have not spent nearly as much money on the kitchen as we did if it was my rental property. One, because you want it as durable as possible. Yes, this is very durable. Yes, it's easy to clean, but I would have most likely, tough question. You guys remember those countertops? They were green. I honestly may have left those. They were very high-end countertops. They're just kind of a weird color. I would have definitely have left the cabinets the wood color that they were. I don't think that they were a bad color. They were in great condition, so paint obviously looks better, but the wood is more durable and it's cheaper as well. I think all these cabinets painted was probably, he bundled it all together, but I'm guessing it was probably about $1,300 to paint all these cabinets. So that's another thing. I definitely would have not done backsplash whatsoever. This was a very expensive thing that we did. It obviously looks incredible. I would have just left the walls as is. I would have painted them. I would have, they already had the little 6-inch thing that I was talking about, but I would have left that there just for water damage for my renters or for my tenants. Like I said, I would have kept the green, so that would have saved me about 1,900 bucks right here. The sink, we left it as is, and then everything in here as well was already stainless steel. This was already in here, the stainless steel appliance, so I wouldn't have bought a new one just because I wanted electric. But if this was a very old stove or a very old oven and I needed a new one, I would have 100% went with an electric stove. That's what I prefer at all my rental properties. It's just way easier to clean and way easier to use for my tenants as well. So that's pretty much it for the kitchen. Laundry room. This, we didn't really do much. We actually left the tile, which I would have 100% left anyways. We would have painted this, obviously. These were already in here, which is saved me 1,500 bucks if it was my rental. That's something, if it was a rental property, we would have had to buy some, as opposed to if these weren't here when we flipped it, we most likely wouldn't have bought any washer or dryer, because usually washer and dryers, they don't convey with the property, or sometimes. Let's see. Whoa, this is a big one right here, guys. A big one right here. The carpet. I would have 100% removed the carpet, I would have taken this LVP and I would have done it throughout all 3 bedrooms right here. Yes, it would have cost me a little bit more, but like I said, it's way more durable than carpet. Carpet, you most likely, depending on how much use it got, you do have to replace this a lot more often than you will with the LVP. So I would have definitely have ran LVP, spent the extra probably $800 to $1,000, but it would have lasted me a lot longer in a rental property. Now we left the carpet in here, one, because it's a personal preference for the homeowners. A lot of time homeowners do prefer carpet in bedrooms, so we just left that as a safety cushion, and it was a little bit cheaper and it looks really good as well. So those are the 3 reasons why we left this in our flip, but I would have definitely have ran LVP through all 3 of these bedrooms right here. Spent the extra money, but not have to stress about it later on. Bathrooms, we didn't do a whole lot here. I would have pretty much done the exact same things, minus painting the cabinets. I would have left the cabinets as is. These countertops we left in, so we didn't have to do much there. One thing I would do with the rental that we haven't done here is I would have added a really, really nice shower curtain, and I would have made sure that it's pretty spill proof, because one of the big things at rental properties is the tenants not caring too much and they let water overflow, and that can add to a lot of mold. It can add to a lot of foundation problems as well if it's a 2-story house. So I always try to make sure all my rentals are extremely sealed up right here so no water can seep through. And then I also make sure that I put a nice shower curtain installed already and make sure it's long enough so it doesn't spill over. And I would probably add it over here so it hangs over the bathtub as well, because some tenants, I've actually had this at my student rentals, they'll have a shower curtain, but they'll leave the shower curtain like right here so water still splashes out regardless. But that's something that I definitely would add as well that we didn't do here. Obviously, we're gonna let the homeowners choose what kind of shower curtain they want. That's definitely a personal preference, so we didn't have to deal with that. Moving on to the bedroom. Everything here, we didn't change a whole lot. I would have painted it like I said. We didn't do anything in here whatsoever. We did buy a new toilet. It was the more expensive toilet. I honestly probably would have bought the same toilet anyways. It was a $50 difference, but it's a lot better for whoever's gonna move here and if my tenants were gonna move in here. Yeah, I really like this shower. This would be a perfect rental shower because there's no spillage whatsoever. You could get a little bit of mold up here if you get too much steam, but you hope that one of these is attached to the fan when you turn it on, which it is. So because one of these lights is attached to a fan, you gotta hope that the tenants continue to turn it on, or whenever they shower to open these windows right here. That is it for the inside of the house. The outside of the house right here. This is a little bit of a tougher situation right here. This yard is like perfect for a flip because it's so beautiful. There's a lot of grass in here. There's a lot of plants, so it looks incredible. You just have a lot of maintenance on it, and I've noticed that as for the month and a half I've had it, it's a lot more maintenance than any other of my properties, specifically my rental properties. One big thing that I really like at all of my rentals is they're very low maintenance lawns. My newest rental, I have turf, which is like the best case scenario. I don't have any plants whatsoever that require me to really go and maintain. It's either gravel or turf, which is great. My other 2 rentals are pretty much just like dirt and dead grass, so I only have to send someone over there every couple months. But if I were to rent this house out, this would be a pretty big maintenance bill and a pretty big water bill as well, because there's sprinkler systems here. So this would be a tough one. If I were to, I don't know. If this was a rental, I may actually have put artificial turf all the way through this. Yes, it would have cost me, I think about $4,000 is what I got quoted at if I were to put artificial turf in here. But you guys gotta think long term as a rental property. This is gonna save you a lot of money on your water bill and a lot of maintenance fees as well. Some of these plants, there's some of these trees, excuse me, I don't know if I would have left them, or I may have like thrown on a little irrigation system because there's irrigation for all these, so I may have left the outside. I definitely would add more gravel in here, put the turf in right here, spend the extra $4,000 but not have to worry about it for the next 30 years, and then put more gravel in here, and then just probably get a maintenance guy out here once a month or something like that. But that is it, guys. That is a pretty full walkthrough I'm actually gonna show you guys the front lawn. I don't know what I would have done here. You may be able to add a little gravel if you didn't want to spend the money on the artificial turf right here, but it is a pretty big lot, so this would cost quite a bit of money if you were to turn it all into turf. It really just depends on how much money you want to spend. You could also just gravel out all this and just make sure it's all sealed up so grass doesn't grow back, but gravel would be a very good option as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys prefer like some things that I did on a flip as opposed to what I look for in rental properties, and some renovations that I would do depending on what I'm buying the house for. Right now my main focus is obviously building capital. I'm trying to get more rental properties, but I also at the same time have to make more money in order for me to put more down payments on properties. The more rental properties I get, the harder it is for me to qualify. I need bigger down payments in order for banks to give me loans. So right now my main focus is just building capital, building capital, building capital, save up enough money, and then once an opportunity presents itself for a good rental property, like everything I mentioned in this video, then I'm gonna hop on it. But yeah, definitely still looking for rental properties. I'm taking a little break on them. I have 3 right now. I'm looking for 2 more properties in the next 3.5 years here, so I still do have some time. I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. Please drop a like down below. It really, really does help the channel out, guys. I do appreciate it. And any video suggestions, either email me or comment down below. And I love to work with you guys.